Removing a key. The first and most basic operating function of the KeyWatcher is the removal of a key function. Once the user has logged into the KeyWatcher system, they will be presented with the main menu, consisting of multiple options on the screen. For this process, we will be selecting the Remove Key option, which is located in the top left corner of the screen. Users will be shown a list of available keys on the left-hand side of the screen, where they can select an individual key or multiple keys required to be removed. These keys will transfer across to the Keys to Remove list on the right-hand side. Once the user has finalised the keys to be removed, then they can select the Remove Key button in the bottom left corner of the screen. The user also has the ability to deselect any chosen keys by tapping on the keys that you wish to unselect, and they will be moved back into the Keys Available list. Within the key removal process, the KeyWatcher has some options available to the user. The arrow keys present in the middle of the screen allow all keys available and/or selected to be transferred between lists in bulk. Simply follow the directions of the arrows to either select or deselect. Finally, the 1, 2, 3 option allows the user to filter the keys available via numerical, chronological, or alphabetical order to efficiently view the available keys. Returning a key. The second basic function of the KeyWatcher is for the user to return the key to the cabinet. After the user has logged on to the system with their credentials, they will select Return Key option, which is located in the top right corner of the screen. There are two options for returning keys. Option 1. The list of keys available to be returned will appear on the left-hand side of the screen. Select the key or keys you wish to return and they will be moved across to the right-hand side, awaiting confirmation. Once the user is happy with their selection, select the Return Key button, where the system will open the door and the keys are able to be returned. Option 2. The KeyWatcher can also ask the user to enter the number of keys wanting to be returned to the cabinet. Simply enter the total number of keys and select Return Key button. When returning keys into the cabinet, it is important to ensure that the smart key is placed in the correct orientation and pushed firmly into the slot. The system will prompt that the key has been successfully returned to the system via the display, which can be identified by the user. If the key has been returned to the system and no confirmation has been given by the system, please contact your system administrator. Removing groups. A user has the ability to remove keys via a group removal procedure. This can be used to remove all keys from within a predefined group, or can remove the next available key inside a predefined group set. After logging into the system with their credentials, the user can select Remove Group from the menu options. The user will then be able to select the required group from the list and can be removed via selecting Remove Group from the lower options. Slot Release. The KeyWatcher system has a slot release function. This may be used when the KeyWatcher is unable to recognise a key located within the slots of the cabinet. A user with administrative access will be required to complete this slot release process. On the main menu, the user will select the KeyWatcher Administrator option located in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Please note that this option will only be available to system administrators. Along the top menu, select Utilities and proceed to open the cabinet through the Door Release button or using your override key given with the system upon purchase. Once the unrecognisable key has been identified, the user must also identify the slot number. To do this, modules are identified from left to right, with the slot numbers also identifying left to right within the module. With this information, the user will then return to the Utilities tab, where they will then select Release Slot Location and enter the cabinet number, followed by the slot number. Once entered, the user will select the Slot Release option. The KeyWatcher door will open and the identified slot highlighting and releasing, therefore allowing the key to be removed by the user. Emergency Release. In the case of an emergency, such as fire, the administrator has the ability to run the emergency release function. The emergency release function will release all keys per cabinet in sequential order. To complete the function, an administrator must use their user ID and PIN to log into the system. To trigger the emergency release, the number 9 must be entered as the 5th digit of your PIN. During the login process, then select Login. The user will be prompted to enter the cabinet number they wish to release, and the system door will then open and release the keys individually. Replacing a smart key. In the event of a damaged or lost smart key, the user can replace the tag, maintaining the key name and all relevant information. A system administrator can log into the KeyWatcher and select the KeyWatcher Administrator option. Select the Key Functions tab along the top menu, then select Replace Existing Key. Please note that the key the administrator is wanting to replace must be removed from the system. Once confirmed, the administrator will select the key from the list available, allowing the key to be moved across to the list on the right-hand side, then select Replace Key. The administrator should insert the new smart key into the slot and monitor the status on the display, which will prompt successfully replaced or not. Cancelling alarms. A status message is located in the lower left corner of your touchscreen. This allows quick identification of any issues within the cabinet, as displayed by alarms present within sight. Common alarms include KeyWatcher restart, problem key, door left open, and invalid key. These alarms need to be acknowledged and investigated, and although deleted from the KeyWatcher, they still remain available inside your software for future reference. A user with the appropriate access is able to log in to the cabinet and select View Cancel Alarms on the right-hand side of the main menu screen. Once selected, the user will be able to view a list of summarised alarms. This can be expanded by selecting View All Alarms, giving the user more details relating to the issues. Once the user has acknowledged and acted upon the alarms, the user can cancel or silence the alarm individually or in bulk. Should you have any difficulties cancelling alarms or issues with repeat alarms, please contact KeyWatcher support. Manual release. In the event of a power outage or system failure, keys can be manually released from the rear of the inner panel door. Using your manual override key, open the cabinet doors and power down the system by disconnecting the battery and mains power. Using a thin, non-conductive tool, for example an insulated screwdriver, insert the tool through the circuit board slot like so from the back of the module. The spring of the solenoid will need to be depressed with the key being removed simultaneously. For some slot locations, the ribbon cable will need to be removed to access the solenoids. Removing the ribbon cable should be done with caution as there are fragile pins where the cables are seated. Restarting your KeyWatcher. In the event of your KeyWatcher needing a restart, please follow these instructions. To power down the system, disconnect one wire from the battery backup in each cabinet. If multiple cabinets are present, we will need to disconnect the wire from each battery in the additional cabinets also. Your KeyWatcher will need to have its power disconnected. Should your KeyWatcher have a visible power socket in the top right or left-hand corner, please switch it off. If not, your KeyWatcher may have a surge protector, which will also have a switch that needs to be turned off. Should neither of these options be available, please disconnect the power supply circuit to the power management board as follows. The battery is now isolated and mains power disconnected. The system is now turned off. This can be verified by making sure none of the red LEDs are illuminated on top of the cabinet. Please leave the system completely disconnected for up to 30 seconds. Powering up. Simply reverse the process by either reconnecting the power supply plug into the power management board or switching the surge protector on, or reconnecting the power source, depending on the process taken to power down the KeyWatcher. To verify that the KeyWatcher is powered back, the red LED should be lit. Should there be any issues, please contact KeyWatcher support.